stonk insights. This is not financial advice. Today's video, we're going to talk about Ethereum Classic and just giving an overview about adoption of Ethereum Classic. You know, how many users are actually using Ethereum Classic, or anything's being built on Ethereum Classic. We're going to look at all those aspects. Ethereum Classic has had a nice little pump over the past few days. So we're actually going to take a look at a chart, and I'm going to give you my opinion on what I believe the future, the near and long-term future is for Ethereum Classic. So stick around for the whole video. Like this video if you like this video. It does help this video out. If you find some good information out of this, please do hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new here, as I do talk about stock, I talk about crypto. So if you're interested in any of those topics, hit that subscribe button. So without any further ado, what we're going to do here is transition to cryptwork.com. This is one of my favorite websites to check as far as the adoption of any cryptocurrency out there. You know, it just shows you what cryptocurrencies are being accepted as forms of payments for certain items and services. So before we actually look deeper into Ethereum Classic, we're just going to look at these are the top cryptocurrencies that are currently being used for services and products or whatnot. We see at the number one up here is Bitcoin, obviously. Number two is Ethereum. The second Ethereum, because Ethereum Classic is number one, and it just moves on down from there. I believe the last time I checked this, Dogecoin was at the number 3 spot, so we do see some things have changed around. Ethereum Classic has not changed. They've been at this number 10 spot since I started checking this. So, you know, at least they're being steady. They aren't going down, but we do wish that they went up. So as we click on here to try to get just a closer look at Ethereum Classic, we see it here at the top. They have 1,105 merchants that currently accept Ethereum Classic as a form of payment. So, you know, that number is growing. I do remember when I first checked this site, you know, that number was under 1,000. So it isn't moving extremely quickly, but it is moving. So that is a good thing that it is going up. And just to kind of get it, like, you know, just a brief overview of, you know, what they're offering here. You know, look over here to the left, we see shops and markets. You have 515 merchants. We see here crypto services, 447 merchants. Internet services, 415 merchants. Let's see, I can get this in order here. Business services, 160 merchants. Web marketing development, 83 merchants. Gambling, they do have gambling services that you can do online. So 67 merchants in the gambling field accept Ethereum Classic. See some offline services here. So some things that you don't got to be connected for. That's 58 services. Moving on down, we see tourism, travel, and renting, 31 services. And rounded it all up, we have gaming here with 23 services. So you see here, you know, there's a full encompassing, you know, services that you can have, that you can pay as far as products, as far as services with Ethereum Classic, a bunch of it. I mean, with the exception of food, I would say, and you can get food. I did look in shops and markets, but I didn't see anything locally, seeing things like overseas, but you can purchase food with Ethereum Classic. So just imagine this. I mean, you can pretty much do everything with Ethereum Classic, from food to shopping, internet, to web development, to business services, tourism, travel, renting. You know, right, this is what you can do right now. So when you hear people say that, you know, there's no use case for Ethereum Classic, at the very least, you can pay for products and services with Ethereum Classic. Keep that in mind. All right, so next up, we're at blockscout.com. Okay, so this is what the Etherscan is to Ethereum. Blockscout is for Ethereum Classic. Okay, so you can get a whole slew of information from this here. So we're going to start just from this page here. This very top here, you can see there are over 99 million wallet addresses for Ethereum Classic. I mean, just looking at that number right there, that just dispels those rumors that no one is using Ethereum Classic. No one is holding Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic is a dead chain. Tell these 99 million wallet addresses that's the use, you know. People aren't holding it just for speculation. I mean, people have a whole slew of reasons of why they're holding Ethereum Classic. Out of 99 million wallet addresses, you have to take into consideration all those reasons of why people are holding Ethereum Classic. So let's just dive a little bit deeper. Okay, so I did say that, you know, if there are things being built on Ethereum Classic. And you can find that right from here. We're just going to look at all the tokens, on Ethereum Classic blockchain. This also encompasses NFTs as well. So not just tokens, built off of speculative measures or whatnot. So we can see here, there's some pages here. We have Universal Coin, a lot of these things. All right, before I continue on here, I do want to state that I personally have not vetted all these projects. I personally have not looked into all these projects. If you're going to look into any of these projects, do your own research. I have no clue if any of these are honeypots, or they're scam or spam coins. So do your own research. This is just to show you that there are things being built onto Ethereum Classic, okay? There's pages of it. This is the first page. There's 50 items here that we see just on the first page. We're up to 100 items here. Floki Cat Classic, Dragon Classic. There's a whole bunch of things. Monkey Do, I do know that is a project that I've talked about before. But there's a bunch of projects, like I said, that I have not talked about, that I have not looked into. So again, you have to do your own research. But this is just to show you that there is innovation on Ethereum Classic. There are things being built. I don't know if any of these are from the mining company that, threw some funds towards the Ethereum Classic and the ecosystem. I'm not sure if any of these projects are directly representative of that, but I can say that these are a bunch of projects that you can see, you can check out for yourself, see if it fits you or not. But this just dispels rumors that there's no innovation on Ethereum Classic. It's happening every single day. All right. And lastly, we're going to take just a zoomed in, look, we're at the daily here. This is a daily chart here. What I'm just going to be looking at is this box down here at the bottom, this RSI, the relative strength index. So basically the relative strength index, it measures the price momentum of an asset. Okay. So it gives you just a sentiment of how people are thinking about the momentum of a certain asset. In this case, Ethereum Classic. The basic idea behind the RSI is to measure how quickly traders are bidding the price of the security up or down. So you can see here, this relative strength index, it goes all the way down to 0 and it has a high of 100. Okay. So how it works is there's a range between 30 and 70 here. You can kind of see that range. When the range gets down to the 30th, 30 mark here, as you can see that was happening for December 15th, 16th, 17th. That's considered to be oversold. Now, when asset is considered to be oversold, that is typically a bullish indicator, meaning that the momentum should be going up from that point. Okay, as we see here currently with Ethereum Classic, we see that we're sitting at coin price of 1997. We see that we're at 62.20 on our RSI indicator. So this is closer to being overbought. So overbought is a bearish indicator, and being overbought is typically a signal to sell out. And that's for day traders. This is not for long-term investors. This is looking at the daily. So this is a day trader perspective. But yeah, when you see something that's overbought and we're in a bear market, there is no specific news towards Ethereum Classic to either make it go up or down. So with those things being in the fray, I would believe that Ethereum Classic from this point, being in the bear market, I still believe we are truly strongly in the bear market. I do see in the short to medium term Ethereum Classic going down. Okay, and that's not the FUD Ethereum Classic. I am a big time bull for Ethereum Classic, but I do see in the short term to medium term, just with the economic outlook. Look, inflation is still very, very high right now. The war in Russia, and Ukraine, between Russia and Ukraine, is still ongoing. It's still hot. Just all the economic pressure from the crypto industry in itself. Three Arrows Capital, Luna, the FTX collapse, and now with the pending Genesis collapse I talked about in a previous video. I'll probably link it somewhere around here. And something that I haven't talked about, I really hasn't seen talked about on the internet, is with Wire and what's happening with them. They were a payment on and off ramp. They were connected to so many systems, and they went belly up. So with all that said, I do think in the medium to short term, with all these negative things, I think, and the RSI being so high, being in an overbought territory, I do think that in this medium to short term, Ethereum Classic is going to have a downward turn. I do still believe all the analysts saying that, we should be seeing a low between $13 to $15 per coin for Ethereum Classic in that medium, short to medium term. So that's what I am looking at when I see this. But if you zoom out, okay, so you see the title of this video, you know, all it does take you to do is to zoom out to see, you know, what can happen. Okay, all these all these rises you see, these crazy rises, look at this, burp, burp, all these crazy rises that you see, these are around bull markets. Okay, so I'm expecting the same meteoric rise, you know, in the next bull market for Ethereum Classic. I think it's going to even be even harder, just with the amount of innovation happening on Ethereum Classic, the amount of wallet addresses that's on Ethereum Classic. It keeps growing every day. I think all these factors come into one are going to make Ethereum Classic bloom over the long term, especially for the next bull cycle. And you're going to see something just unbelievably happen, just like we've seen in the last bull cycle. So that's the video for you guys. So what do you think? Do you think the things that I looked over at Ethereum Classic, do they make it more appealing to the masses out there? Do you believe that Ethereum Classic is a dead project and there's no innovation being done on Ethereum Classic? After I just presented this video to you, have you changed your mind? Whatever your thoughts, leave them in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.